previous video, we were discussing about chemical substances. Chemical substances are two types. One is the pure substances, second is the impure substances. Pure substances divided into two parts. One is the element and second is the compound. Impure substances, mixtures. Element again divided into two parts, that is metal and non-metal. In previous video, we were discussing about the elements and compounds. Elements, the substance, a pure substance that is made up of same kind of, only one kind of atoms and cannot be broken down into the simpler substances, that is called elements. Compound, a pure substance that is made up of two or more elements in combined together in a fixed ratio, that is called compound. And now we discuss about properties of the compound. Properties of the compound. Number one, a compound can be broken down into its constituent elements by chemical method. First property, a compound can be broken down its constituents elements by chemical method. It is clear? A compound can be broken down. Suppose one compound that is broken down, its constituents element that is made up of a compound only by chemical method, not physical method. With the help of physical method, we cannot broken down a compound. For example, each water molecule is made up of two atoms of hydrogen. This is the formula of water, H2O. Each molecule of water is made up of two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Water can be broken down into the elements hydrogen and oxygen. This is the compound, and we want to broken down into hydrogen and oxygen. We can passing the electricity through the water. In this way, we can broken down. This is the chemical method and not a physical method. You got my point? This is the compound and it is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. If we want to separate hydrogen and oxygen, we pass electricity through the water and then it is broken down into hydrogen and oxygen. Clear? First point. Second, a compound always contains the same elements combined together chemically in a fixed ratio. A compound always contains same elements combined together chemically in a fixed ratio. Second properties, a compound always contains the same elements combined together chemically in a fixed ratio. For example, you take the example of water. You can take the example of sugar. No matter where you take the water, it will always contain the hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio to ratio 1 by volume. If you are taking from seawater, from tap water, from anywhere, you collect that water, same ratio will be there. There is the 2 volume of hydrogen and 1 volume of oxygen. Sugar is a compound of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Sugar, it is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. It's 11 atoms of oxygen, 22 atoms of hydrogen and 12 atoms of carbon. 12, 22 and 11. That is sugar. This proportion of 12, 22 and 11 will remain constant no matter how and where sugar is produced. Same ratio will be there in a fixed ratio. Okay, next property. Third, the properties of a compound are different from its constituents element. Third property, the properties of a compound are different from its constituents elements. For example, the properties of water is liquid are different from its constituents elements. Hydrogen is a gas and oxygen is a gas, where water puts off fire and whereas hydrogen burns and oxygen support in burning. For example, H2O. The properties of a compound are different from its constituents color. What is the property of hydrogen? It help in combustible. It help in combustion. Or you can say hydrogen is a combustible substances. Combustible substances, those substances which can burn. Second is oxygen. What is the property of oxygen? It helps in supporting of burning. It helps in supporting burning. And what is the property of the water? Property of the water, it put off fire. There is a different properties, and now you see the properties of a compound are different from it. This is the compound and this is hydrogen and oxygen. This its constituents elements. They are having different properties and the compound is having the different properties. Again, that it is gas, it is liquid. It is combustible substance, it is supporter of combustion, it put out fire. It does not help to in fire. Okay, so there is a different properties of a compound from its constituents elements. Clear?